surrounded by wrestling fans. Not sports entertainment fans. Professional wrestling fans! Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up! This is
the Wrestling Matters Podcast, a podcast that stands up for professional wrestling. Why? Because wrestling matters. So join the revolution, because the revolution is now.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change! Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up!
Yes! 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 Yes!
That's 13-14!
Dina, I am the best in the world.
Cause that's the bottom line! Cause Stone Cold said so!
Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Progess Wrestling Podcast. Now, I feel the need. This is chapter 4. This is me reviewing chapter 4, Ballad of Ligero. But I've got to say this. I apologise for the delay on this being up. My bad. It's wasn't my fault at the end of the day, because July 21st, as I was prepared to record all this and everything, I lost pretty much some stuff because my hard drive decided to conk out on my computer and basically just ruined everything. So I had to start all over again. So I apologise for the delay. Everything will be back to normal on Wednesday again, July 30th, I believe it is, or 29th. Let me just double check. Yep, 29th. On July 29th, everything will be back to normal. Normal service will resume. But yeah, I do apologise for not putting this up ASAP on the day, because on Tuesday, July 21st, like I said, my hard drive decided to conk out at some point. For what reason, I don't know, because I thought it was going to be a good hard drive, but obviously it wasn't. So, I apologise for any inconvenience, any BS, anything, but that's what you get when you trust somebody and you think the hard drive is great and it works and everything, and it turns out it was just a piece of shit. Because for what reason, I don't know why it conked out. I didn't do anything to damage it or anything like that. I didn't download that much stuff on it. I wanted to download a few stuff just to try something out, but it turns out the hard drive was weak, so it kind of backfired on me. So I've been catching up all week, and from July 21st, I've been catching up all week, and like I said, normal service will be resumed on the 29th of July for Chapter 5. So Chapter 5 will come July 29th. Guaranteed, all being well. So, without further ado, let's get to the Ballad of Gay. The Ballad of Gay Tony. Fucking hell, that's a GTA thing. The Ballad of Ligero. And it started off with London Riots versus Hunter Brothers. Now, fast start to the match, advantage Riots. Great double team wrestling by the Hunters. Slingshot suplex gets a near fall for Jim Hunter. Rob Lynch hits an exploder suplex, gets a near fall. Davies gets tagged in and gets a near fall off a shoulder block. Lynch hits a brain buster and gets a near fall. Jim Davis in control. Jim on the mat. Jim Hunter, that is. Jim gets dropped on his face. Davis gets a near fall. Riot's controlling Jim, isolating him from his corner. Jim fights back, but the Riot's one step ahead. Lynch hits a double storm on the back of Jim and gets a near fall for that. Davies hits a crossface, then a suplex, and and then a suplex and gets a near fall. Double shoulder block gets the Riot a near fall. All Riots. Lynch hits a belly to belly suplex and gets a near fall. Lynch's partner takes advantage of the distraction in the corner while the referee was turned. You know, there was beat down in the corner. Davies sits on Jim and gets a near fall, Jim Hunter. Riot still isolating Jim Hunter, keeping him away from his partner. Jim is fighting back, going toe to toe, and hits a super kick. Lee gets tagged in, fight back on. Near fall off a Michinoku driver for the Hunters. Lee rocks Lynch with a super kick, then a super kick destroyer, and then a super kick, then a destroyer move, which was the sunset flip. It's kind of like when you get it into like a sunset flip, what Rey Mysterio used to do. Combo, they hit a super kick destroyer combo, gets a near fall. Lynch hits belly to bellies Jim off the top rope and gets a near fall off that. Double team wrestling by the right. Great double team wrestling by the right. A spike double underhook pile driver. Yes, it's where he lifts him up for the double underhook. He gets him like a pile driver position and they spike him. Fucking incredible move. Then they go for a move, but Davies takes a Hurricane Rana. Neckbreaker, double stomp, then top rope frog splash. Top rope Rana, then frog splash combo gets Hunters a near fall. Double underhook suplex by Lynch, misses splash in the corner, and then takes a double kick from the Hunters in the corner. Lynch lands awkward on his knee. They check on Lynch. Hunters want to take advantage. Hunters talk to the ref. Riots jump them from behind. They have their backs turned to the Riots. The Riots jump them from behind, and the Riots hit their sit-out powerbomb double team finishing move and get the win, which was basically they pulled like an Eddie Guerrero. They played past them, and then the Hunters fell for it, unfortunately. Riots call over Jim Smallman, the co-owner / ring announcer. Lynch threatens him, takes the mic off him, and cuts a promo and calls out Progess Wrestling, telling them to send any tag team out, because whoever tag team they send is going to get their asses kicked, basically. Lynch then even picks up a fan and throws him to the ground. The Riots seem out of control. The next match after that was Paul Robinson. Many of you guys may know him if you watch ICW. You might have seen him appear there on a few occasions. Versus RJ Singh. Handspring elbow by Paul. Handspring arm drag by Paul, sorry. Feeling out process to start. Paul getting the better of it. Tornado arm drag by Paul, then counters Singh into a headlock takedown. Shining Wizard gets a near fall for Paul. Paul goes to dropkick Singh, but dropkicks his men, then dives on Singh on the other side of the ring. RJ Singh hits a tilt-the-world backbreaker, then another backbreaker, slowing down Paul. Singh's men attack Paul on the outside. Suplex gets RJ Singh a near fall back into the ring. Goes from the apron back in. Back suplex by Singh, advantage all Singh. Springboard forearm gets Paul a near fall, then kicks him in the back. Hits another Shining Wizard and gets a near fall off that. Springboard DDT gets Paul a near fall. Advantage Paul. Paul misses the leg drop just like he did at the previous chapter. His face was absolutely priceless. And then takes a flapjack. Paul gets an open, misses a 619. Hits a double underhook backbreaker, gets a near fall. Director in ref's face, miscue with Singh, and assistant Paul hits a super kick on RJ Singh. Roundhouse kick gets Paul a near fall. Paul hits sliced bread and gets a near fall off that. Then Paul hits 619, assistant takes the move. Paul takes out the director. RJ Singh hits the gory buster and then locks in his camel clutch move for the victory, and gets the win over Paul Robinson. And then RJ Singh shakes Paul's hand and stops a post-match beatdown and basically orders his crew, his two men, to go backstage. Now, the next match after that was a match between Noam Dar. Many of you guys may know him from ICW. He's very regular in ICW. Versus another ICW regular-ish, Jimmy Havoc. Now, this was a submission match. Chain wrestling to start. Dar working on the wrist of Havoc. Advantage Dar, messing with each other's hair, both men. One did one and the other one did the other. Havoc looks to lock a submission. Dar gets away and goes to the outside. Havoc tries to leapfrog Dar, catches the leg in midair. Havoc then hits a knee in the corner on Dar. Dar goes outside. Havoc looking for a dive but takes a kick to the face. Now Dar working on the leg knee area of Jimmy. Dar sticks his ass in Jimmy's face. Not like sitting on Jimmy's face. He just put it in Jimmy's face area, and all Jimmy saw was his ass, and then Jimmy just grabs his ass and puts like a claw hold on it and everything. I bet Dar regretted doing that. Dar targeting the leg and knee, wraps it around the ropes, then kicks it. Advantage Dar. Dar wearing Jimmy out in a chin lock. Jimmy locks a sleeper on Dar and gets out, then kicks Jimmy in the knee. Dar gets out and kicks Jimmy in the knee. Dar chokes Jimmy with his wrist tape. Jimmy drop kicks Dar in the corner, then takes a clothesline in the corner, then gets kicked in the gut. Jimmy stops Dar with a kick, gets shoved off, hits that in the midsection, and as he is coming down, Jimmy locks a sharpshooter on Dar and gets out. Dar employs thumbtacks, wants to push Jimmy's buttons. Jimmy DVDs Dar in the corner away from the thumbtacks and then cleans the thumbtacks up. Really did. It was like being in his own home. Just cleaned it all up. Referee picking him up as well. It was something I never thought I'd see. Dar lands a kick, then hits a double stomp on the knee and then locks in the knee bar finisher. Jimmy breaks it. Double underhook inverted pile driver into an armbar by Jimmy, then goes for a crossface, then Jimmy locks in the ankle lock and Dar gets out. Jimmy pulls out a sock and locks in the mandible claw. Yes, in tribute to Mick Foley. To get out, Dar grabbed the referee and low blow Jimmy. Dar brings in the chair, then gets a briefcase, throws it at Jimmy, and then takes a bump, like if Jimmy had hit him and the ref didn't see it. Ref confronts Jimmy with the briefcase in his hand and gets a DQ, and the referee DQs Jimmy, and Dar wins. That was until Jim Smallman, the co-owner and ring announcer, decided that the match will carry on. Jimmy super kicks Dar, locks in a crossface. Dar gets a rope break. Dar kicks Jimmy low, then locks in a knee bar, and Jimmy eventually taps out, and Noam Dar gets the victory, which was an absolutely great match. And Noam Dar trying to pull an Eddie Guerrero on Jimmy, but obviously the Progess Wrestling management, Jim Smallman including, did not see that kindly. But in any event, hope you enjoyed that part, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take a quick time out, and I'll be back with part 2, so stay tuned. If you like the Wrestling Matters podcast, why not check out their Facebook page at facebook.com/WM podcast and like the page and show your support to the podcast that stands up for professional wrestling, the Wrestling Matters podcast. Wrestling Matters, wrestling fans.
I see no, 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 I see no.
Be sure to tune in every single Tuesday now for the Wrestling Matters Podcast Extra, where I'll be hosting a podcast on one promotion and one promotion only. ICW, Insane Championship Wrestling, the hottest promotion in Scotland, where I'll be reviewing their shows.
Oh my God!
Talking ICW.
That's 1314!
And who knows, maybe getting some guests on. So be sure to tune in to the Wrestling Matters Podcast Extra ICW podcast, Insane Championship Wrestling, every Tuesday on YouTube, Podomatic, Stitcher Radio, downloaded free at iTunes, Mixcloud, and SoundCloud. Wrestling Matters, wrestling fans.
World, look into my eyes. When you see me on a show, when you see these fans, you know you've got the best in the damn world. We are ICW and you're gonna know our name.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Progess Wrestling Chapter 4 podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Now, we kick off part 2 with a match in the tournament called Natural Progression Tournament, which I believe the winner gets a shot at the Progess Wrestling title. It saw Will Ospreay versus Mark Andrews. Now, I don't know about you, but seeing this match stole the show. Oh yeah. Stole the show. Nice mat wrestling. Mark gets a near fall. Great leg skill to get out of Will's advantage by Mark. Mat wrestling showing in the early going. Mark in a crab position using Will's leg, putting force on it. Great head scissors takedown by Mark. Will dives on Mark on the outside. Will hits a standing shooting star press, gets a near fall. Will working on the arm of Mark. Will controlling Mark on the mat. Will hits a sweet dropkick, gets a near fall. Mark hits a backflip into a DDT. Yes, you heard me correct, it was awesome. You have to check it out to see it. Roll up, double stomp, then a standing somersault senton. Will hits a Pele kick, then a tornado DDT, tilt the world. Tornado DDT, if you will. Then a brainbuster. Will hits a reverse Rana from the top rope. Almost kills Mark. Kick on apron, springboard Rana gets Mark the win. Simply amazing. I would say that was the match of the night, no doubt. You have to see it to believe it. If you want to see it, get yourself on to the on-demand service of Progess Wrestling and check it out. Because I'll tell you right now, that alone is worth the price of admission. No doubt. Now for a triple threat match, which saw Marty Scurll, Dave Mastiff, and Styx. Marty goes to slam Dave. What's he thinking? Then hugs him. Dave is just staring at Marty like, what the fuck? Mastiff slams Marty. Marty takes a clothesline from Styx. Big boys hook up to fight. Marty offense not working. Dave chops Styx. Then Marty hits a dropkick in the corner. Then takes a boot from Styx. Marty slaps Styx. Then Marty runs into a tilt-the-world backbreaker. The big boys got at it again on outside as well. Marty goes for a dive and misses both men and goes right into the crowd. It was just hilarious. Both men are fighting on the outside. Marty bounces off the ropes, goes to dive on them. Both men step out the way, and Marty just flies past them, goes right in the crowd. Fucking quality. Stick and Mastiff toe to toe in the ring. Sticks gets the advantage. Sticks powers out of a sleeper. Then Marty tries to suplex Sticks, and Dave tries it again, gets tossed to the mat. Marty rolls up, Dave gets a near fall. Dave, Mastiff, misses a splash. Sticks hits a neck breaker. Marty hits a tornado DDT on Sticks. Cruz comes out to the ring, attacks Marty, and they fight backstage, leaving Sticks and Dave to go at it one-on-one. Mastiff hits a clothesline, gets a near fall. Shoulder block off the top, gets Sticks a near fall. Hits a senton, Mastiff gets up, hits a rolling senton, then a senton off his own and gets a near fall. Sticks backdrops Mastiff, hits a boss man slam and gets a near fall. Mastiff German suplexes Stiff right into the turnbuckles into the corner, hits a cannonball and gets the victory. Now on to the main event. Cruz calls Smallman out and says he is disrespected and says he will not defend the title against Ligero unless Marty is banned from ringside. Unfortunately, Mr. Smallman has to grant that wish. And on to the main event, which was the championship match. Ligero showing he means business. Starting off fast, both men. Ligero gets advantage. Fight outside. Cruz goes into chairs and takes a chop. Match goes in the crowd. Straight up brawl. Ligero unloading on Cruz. Hits a drop kick to Cruz while he is sat on the chair. Cruz gets thrown into the toilets. Fight at the bar. Cruz suplexes Ligero onto the merchandise stand. Fight on the stage area. Both men unloading on each other. Cruz gets thrown off over the stage, lands on the chairs, then Ligero just dives on Cruz. Fight back at ringside outside though. Cruz even picks a fight with Joel Ross. Now, for many of you that don't know who Joel Ross is, that's JK and Joel on the radio, and also Joel Ross, who seems to be now the former presenter of Wrestle Talk Television. And they pick a fight, and Joel distracts him enough, and then Ligero takes advantage. Ligero suplexes Cruz onto the chairs at ringside. Cruz hits a huge German suplex, gets a near fall. Advantage Cruz. Slingshot back suplex gets Cruz a near fall. Nathan Cruz hits a beautiful suplex. Cruz slowing Ligero down. Drop kick to the back of the head off a snapmare. Cruz trash talking Ligero at this point at least. Ligero hits a DDT, shuts Cruz up for now. Ligero mounts a fight back. Uppercut running dropkick gets a near fall. Springboard Insecurity gets Ligero a near fall. Cruz gets a near fall, then hits a lung blower and gets a near fall off that. Ligero hits a vertebraker move and gets a near fall. Advantage Ligero. Both men hitting hard shots. Cruz hits a Triple H knee, then takes an uppercut. Ligero gets a near fall. Cruz hits the sit-out powerbomb and gets a near fall off that. Cruz looking to finish Ligero, gets a near fall. Ligero hits a super kick and gets a near fall off that. Ligero looking for his DDT finisher, but Ligero springboards into an ace crusher from Cruz. Hard hitting match. Cruz hanging in the tree of woe. Ligero misses stomp. Ligero hits a super kick in the back. Then Ligero hits a cannonball on Cruz. Brings Cruz off the top. Hits a splash. Off the top, Ligero gets a near fall off that. Ligero takes Progress staff, looks to use it, but thinks better though. Cruz hits show stolen finisher, gets a near fall off that. Hits it again, but only gets a 1 count. Cruz kicks Ligero. Cruz kicks him. Ligero kicks out at near fall. Cruz gets the same again. Kick, then a near fall. Ligero locks in a triangle choke hold, locks it in. Cruz taps out, and Ligero wins the Progess Wrestling Championship. And Cruz is in a state of shock. And that was it for Chapter 4, the Ballad of Ligero. 4 out of 5 basically for that, because that was actually a good show. And normal service will be resumed next time. Chapter 5 will be up at normal status. Thank you so much for understanding, guys. I'm sorry, but that's what you get when the hard drive sucks. And I did it. I got it out to you guys ASAP like I said I would. Hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next time. Chapter 5. Look out for the ICW podcast, and look out for the original podcast on a Mondays. The Wrestling Matters podcast as well. The Wrestling Matters, bringing the best in professional wrestling and dedicated to bringing the best in professional wrestling. And nothing is going to stop. Nothing. Until next time, peace out.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up!
Yes, 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 yes!
That's 1314!
Dina, I am the best in the world.
Cause that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.